Is this the bit where I go, gigs and gone into my team? Hello, guys. Welcome to the Off the Field podcast, episode number 3 with myself, George, and Louis. How you doing, mate?
What's bad, mate? How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, for this week's episode, we have a request of something we want to talk about, and that is our combined or individual greatest ever Premier League 11s fitted into a 4-4-2 formation.
I can already hear everyone being angry with us. I can already hear it.
Yeah, disclaimer: this is going to be very biased.
Yeah. I think we should just be. It should be Chelsea's 2012 winning Champions League final team. So you've got Birch at left mid. You've got Jofra up front. Yeah. That should be it.
Got Basingwa centre back. Yeah, don't worry about that, guys. Oh dear. That's a very good request, though. Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's always something that people try and do, and it's just like no one will ever agree on it because there's just an insane amount of talent that has gone. Playing in the Premier League, it's just impossible really to narrow it down. But I think we should start. Go straight at it. Goalkeeper. Now it is. I can think of 4 or 5 that could you could put in here easily. I mean, there's Czech, Van der Sar, Seaman. Who else? I'm missing some obvious ones, aren't I? You could
have Schmeichel, Edison.
Yeah, Schmeichel.
I wouldn't. I personally are not going to go with Schmeichel just based on. I didn't ever really see him much, based on my age. So
yeah, some of your generation. Yeah, I mean. For me, it's definitely like those 4. I mean, wasn't there one with Arsenal? Seaman, Lehmann. That's the one I think of. Lehmann. Yeah, there's Lehmann, Seaman, Van der Sar, Czech, Schmeichel are the obvious ones, I'd say. For me, I would always narrow it down to maybe. I'd narrow it down to the 3 of Schmeichel, Van der Sar, Czech.
It is a hard one.
I would always go for Czech. Just biased view, biased opinion, and he does. I am right in assuming and saying he holds the record for the most clean sheets in Premier League history, right? I know he's got the record for least conceded in the season because that season we only conceded 15. 15
that was
goals.
A joke of a season, yeah.
Yeah, it's never gonna be beaten. That's our home record. Never going to be beaten.
I hope not.
Well, hopefully beaten by us.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it out there and say I'm going with Czech.
Yeah, I'd have to go for Czech as a bias for building. But if somebody came in here and said, "Oh, it's Schmeichel," I'd agree with them. Someone said Van der Sar, I'd also agree with them. I think there's an argument for all 3, but I think from the biased standpoint, yeah, I'd say Czech. We've got Czech in there. That was an easy one.
Both got Czech in net, and that's. I'm sure. Well, to be fair, it was difficult, but we come to a steady conclusion for it. Right, should we go right back?
Yes, right back.
Probably the worst
Neville.
Position. Gary Neville is a good shout.
Gary Neville's the first one that comes to mind.
I think the 3 here are Neville. I know Zabaleta always gets a shout for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Ivanovic.
Yeah, Ivanovic.
Can't throw any other names out there.
No, Ivanovic is a good shout. I would always go Neville. Really, it's.
I mean, you can't go past the trophies he's won.
Yeah,
but the goals Ivanovic has scored.
That's Cold Hero, mate. Cold Hero. Shame it went downhill at the end, but I never wanted to. It's a bit like Asby as well. You know, like because Asby's not really. He kind of got to the point where he's no longer a right back, but you don't want to hate him.
If Asby stayed at right back, he would have been in this conversation.
You know, actually, he's still technically is a right back because he's
still playing right centre back, but he is basically a right back, isn't it?
So you could have him. What a bargain he was as well. Like 8.5 million. one of the best. One of the best. He's up there.
From
One of the best defenders
Marseille,
in history. But I'd probably go with Neville.
Yeah, I could settle with Neville, especially given who I'm about to pick as centre half. So. Talking of which, Terry is one of them. Not
no, George Van Dijk. Van Dijk is the greatest centre back in Premier League history. He's no. Sorry, that subject really annoys me. I've never put him in top 10, 20. Okay, that's all right. Maybe top 20, but top 10, no. just because of that. Just because of the biased Liverpool fans and their views on Van Dijk. But John Terry.
It's just who we're parting him with.
It's easy one for me. It's John Terry and Ferdinand or Vidic.
See, I really want to go with Vidic because when he left Man United, I know they lost Fergie around a similar sort of time, but they just sort of dropped off a bit. And Ferdinand sort of stayed on and, ended up at QPR. But you can't look past what he did.
Yeah, it's just a tough one.
I don't want to go with Ferdinand just because they played together with England and they were crap.
I don't know what happened. We at one point, and we're coming up to it a minute again, had one of the greatest greatest sides in international history, and then we didn't win anything with them. And we're coming up to that point again, and we're probably not going to win.
We're literally naming that England team that flopped out the 2006 World Cup here.
Company.
It's another good shout. He scored a lot of important goals.
Because when he left Man City, they were defensively in the bin for a while.
Yeah,
until the Port came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Diaz probably. Yeah, Diaz more likely, but the Port as well. But yeah, no. Because you saw last season that without him, they were just.
Oh yeah.
They're playing Fernandinho at centre back. Yeah. Enough said.
Good one. I don't think I'm going to go with Company. I'll rule that one out, but it's good. It's a good option.
I'd probably lean towards Vidic.
I'm good. I'm tempted to go Vidic as well. I just liked him. He was just like nasty and fucking.
You'd hate to play against him. The same with Terry. You'd hate. That partnership with Vidic and Ferdinand. It's similar to Carvalho and John Terry. You'd hate to play against.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think it's probably in a sense of the same partnership. Like John Terry was when you'd hate to play against more out of him and Carvalho, and then Vidic was the one you'd hate to play against more out of him and Ferdinand. So in that case, I'd probably say Vidic as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Vidic just because Terry and Ferdinand were with England, and it didn't go well. As we
don't want to talk about John Terry and Ferdinand anymore. Anyway, moving on to left back. He's another easy one, Ashley Cole. Should we just move on to left to right mid? Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ashley Cole anyway. Patrice Evra ain't getting in there. No chance.
No, Ronaldo's still in Ashley Cole's back pocket to this day. So,
straight from left back, we'll go right midfield.
Jesus Christ! I could name 50,000 players. Really. I mean, I think the obvious one though is Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It is like you can't.
A lot of people older than us will be screaming Beckham's name, but I just, again, a bit like Schmeichel, I didn't ever see. I see a bit of him, but not enough of him before he moved to Real Madrid. So.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just a whole different generation.
I'm not
saying that I'm not saying Beckham's awful. I'm just saying that for me, it will be Ronaldo. I'm trying to think of any other shouts. Really, but there is none other. There's no one else other than Ronaldo or Beckham that you can.
Ronaldo is the greatest player to ever play in the league, in the Premier League. Would you say? I can't think of anyone else that would. If you consider him at the same level with Messi.
Yeah. I mean, you get a base of just the player he's become, or
the player he become. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and yes, the player he's become. Yes, of course. But I would say, in what he achieved in the Premier League and what he did in the Premier League, I wouldn't say
No, no.
But
But
in terms,
what he went on to achieve.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. Yeah, 100%. If we move to central midfield, then
We've got the exact same.
Yeah,
11
no,
so far.
Central
Central midfield. Oh no!
Another easy one for me. Straight away in there, Lampard. Yeah.
For those people that would pick Scholes and Gerrard here and leave Lampard out, you are mental.
Yeah, Chelsea's top goal scorer in all competition with 211 goals. You know, you can argue Scholes and Gerrard all day long, but no.
Gerrard ain't getting in because he didn't win the Premier League. Like,
he almost did, but he slipped.
Yeah, he almost did. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Shouldn't have done the sprinklers on, but
it's Lampard, Gerrard, and Scholes. That in that order, and that's the only order that it should ever be considered. But it's
the thing is as well. When you consider who you'd pick here, you always say Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, but there's so many other players who you don't think of that are so good as well, like Vieira and Keane.
De Bruyne.
Forgot about that.
You can't.
If we were to do this in 5 years' time, De Bruyne would be in there, I reckon.
100%. You can make an argument being there now, but I think
you
there's
could
better players than him. I mean, I would probably say, oh my God, I would go with Vieira.
Really, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to. I mean, I was going to say Essien and Ballack, but I don't think they're up there in terms of.
You'd get called biased all day long for that.
No, I'll throw Essien or Battle Makelele in there. No, I would probably go. Keane, Scholes. The list is in, and in terms of the list is really endless. I would probably go with Vieira.
You're gonna go Vieira?
Yeah. No, who are you gonna go with actually? If I make my final decision, who are you gonna go with?
Oh, such a tough one, but I'm gonna go Scholes.
Scholes?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got over 100 Premier League goals. He won God knows how many trophies. I'm not going to put Gerrard in there, just based on he hasn't won the Premier League trophy. I really wanted to put Keane in there, but he's very controversial. And
I was going to say Fabregas, but then I feel like he didn't really do much with his Arsenal, did he?
Yeah, I'm going to go Lampard and Scholes. I'm not going to think too much into it because it is a tricky one.
I'm going to go Lampard and Vieira.
All right. First difference.
That would midfield would.
This team, by the way, would smash the Premier League even now.
100%.
Left
midfield.
Is this the bit where I go, Giggs and gone into my team? Really? Really, Jamie?
You can make Giggs, but he's not going into mine. I mean, the first thing that came to my head was Hazard.
I'm going Hazard.
Because
straight up.
It annoys me that people. This is one for the people who always look at stats to define a player.
Yeah.
As a Chelsea fan, and as you yourself, right, watching Hazard week in week out for 7 years, 6, 7 years, like without him, I don't know where we would be.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna say, oh, I didn't get that many goals or this many assists, you just obviously didn't watch him play.
He watched
the things he did on the ball.
Of every Chelsea game he played, he should have had at least 5 assists per game.
Yeah.
Sometimes like some of the chances that he put on a player that X, Y, Z missed were ridiculous.
I mean, as Chelsea fans are always going to put him on there, but I think even still he has a really good case. So I'm going Hazard.
He had one bad season.
Yeah.
And that as a whole, the club had a bad season, so that kind of reflects how important he was for us. You know, even in Sarri's last season, you know, look how many points he won us.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a joke. It's just an absolute joke.
And in the Europa League final, he literally showed up that here you go, Chelsea, here's the Europa League. I'm you know,
I'm off now, guys. Yeah.
And it's a shame he's not, because there's no. I can't think the last time a player left Chelsea and I wanted him to do so well as you know as what he has to do. Like he hasn't gone well for him. No, and now people are like, oh, I told you he's a fraud. No, get in the bin. Just no. You know,
are you going to go with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's yeah.
Two centre forwards then. I think for this one we're going to have the same answer.
Well, one of them is Shearer.
Yeah, 100%. You can't not put the all-time Premier League goal scorer.
I feel like he's not mentioned enough in the argument of best centre forwards in the Premier League.
No,
really,
no.
I feel like a lot of people miss him out. I don't know why.
The guy's just a goal machine. He's an absolute joke of a player.
He's almost just similar to Harry Kane in the sense that he'll just you know he's always going to score.
Oh yeah.
You know,
the thing I love about Shearer is like when you watch Match of the Day and someone misses like a 20-yard header, Shearer will be like, he should have scored. He's got to score from there.
You would have scored, yes.
Yeah. It's just brilliant to watch. But Shearer definitely.
And then for me, you've got Bergkamp, you've got Henry, you've got Aguero. You can make an argument for Harry Kane. Suarez, controversial one, but
do you know who I'm going with?
I
don't think you mentioned him either.
I might be the next one I was going to mention, but who?
Who's the next name?
Well, the next name is actually going to be an Elka, but okay, right. Who do you think?
Aguero.
I did mention Aguero.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did mention Aguero. Yeah. My next one's going to be an Elka because he was at Arsenal, Chelsea, Bolton, but I don't think Bolton. I don't think he'd even actually get in there. It's just a name on the list.
I'm going Aguero for sure.
Aguero. Yeah, I'd go with Henry.
You going with Henry?
I'd go with Henry.
That's a fair selection.
Rooney. Oh my God, Rooney. You got Rooney on that list. Tevez.
Oh, good players. I'm only going to go Aguero just because City wouldn't be City without Aguero, and they're going to win the title this year. So they'll have what, 4? That was
one of the greatest moments in Premier League history. That Aguero. That is, you know, children in the playground still recreate that to this day.
I remember being in a like a clubhouse, like where football teams go after the game, and all the Man United fans are watching the TV down one end, and everyone else is watching it the other side, wanting Man United to lose. When that goal went in, just carnage, mate. Absolute scenes. Limbs, did you say?
Utter limbs. You know,
that was incredible.
No, I would have to say Henry. I think
so. Two differences, but much the same. Mine's Cech, Cole, Neville, Vidic, Terry, Lampard, Scholes, Hazard, Ronaldo, Aguero, Shearer.
And then mine's obviously Cech, Neville, Terry, Vidic, Cole, Ronaldo, Vieira, Lampard, Hazard, Henry, Shearer. If you had the players in their prime, I wouldn't show up. Imagine that team show up to West Brom. I'll be like, nah. I'm like, Sam, I'm not playing this week. I know you started me, but listen.
My hammy's gone in the warm-up.
Wife's done a roast dinner, pigs and blankets a lot. I'm out.
Here's another good one, actually. Although I'm not sure if it is because it might be very obvious. You got to pick a manager to manage that team.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, I think that is a bit too obvious, isn't it?
That is no, like either him or Wenger. But it's so exciting. What a
Wenger at the start, yeah. Wenger.
Yeah,
after 2005, no.
Yeah, but I mean, he left. Look, Arsenal fans crying. I want him out. He leaves. No,
and then
what
they
are
do
doing now?
worse.
Mate,
Do worse.
did he ever finish outside top 4?
Oh yeah,
What?
they played in the Europa League a few times with them.
It wasn't
I'm sure
often.
they have.
Even if he did, it wasn't often. Like they
No.
will crying like
Yeah,
they want him out, and he goes, and now
yeah, because everyone used to banter them for finishing fourth, but now finishing top four is literally like everything. If you're
exactly
not
like
going for the title, you know.
like the Arsenal fans would kill to finish fourth.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's grass isn't always green on the other side.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, they won the weekend, didn't they? 3-1 against Leicester. That was a good result.
Yeah, Leicester. I think that's it. They've hit their
Yeah, dropped more points tonight, which is good for us.
they're
As it
they're
stands,
in their
United dropping the points, but
they had last season had that sprint downhill, didn't it, towards the end,
yeah,
and it
hopefully
seems to
they do the
happen a
same
bit.
this year.
But they've got a lot of injuries.
Mm.
An awful lot of injuries.
Barnes being the big miss. I don't know if Madison played tonight, but he was out for the Arsenal game.
So it's not easy.
Fafana.
I think it's sort of showing now how tough, because they also had Europa League as well.
Yeah,
That's how
knocked
tough
out
the
of that
fixtures
now, of
are.
course.
The squad, so it's good for us.
Oh yeah,
Massive for
100%.
us. We just
Yeah,
got to try and
100%.
capitalise, which we didn't do.
Yeah, got another chance tomorrow.
On Sunday against United.
Mm.
What did you make of that game?
Frustrating, really. I mean, I sort of knew it was going to be like that. I mean, by the way, never a penalty. Like, I just want to make that clear.
No. At the start of the season, it would have been given.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they've adapted the handball rule to kind of make it make sense,
yeah.
because that wasn't a. He's Greenwood's leaning into and coming across him.
Greenwood is literally about to control the ball with that part of his arm as well.
So, like I said, he's coming into him, and anyone that plays football, it's very common for you to put your arm across someone. Especially in that instance, he's put his arm across, the ball's hit his hand, yes, but not intentional.
No chance, no.
So no,
Yeah.
the referee's done the correct thing there. I
Mm.
don't agree with him saying what he said to United players allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I'm not sure. I don't believe that,
But if he had said it, he shouldn't have said it. He
No.
should have just, kept his mouth quiet and said, no, it's not a penalty. But,
Yeah, United fans, like when they describe it, it's like Hudson-Odoi come in like bloody Tyson Fury. Dash the ball about 40 yards down the pitch. It's literally straight at the top of his fingers. They're a bunch of joke men anyway. So.
We created chances in Giroud probably should have scored, CH should have scored, but
CH definitely should have scored.
We're creating the chances, and I think this is something that I think Tuchel is definitely. I think he's solidified the defence, and without Thiago Silva as well, which is.
We need him back
though. Christensen's been superb in his absence, by the way.
Yeah, I like him,
but he solidified the defence, and I think he's definitely at the moment taking clean sheets and results over everything in a way, which is it's not the wrong thing to do. Like you said, we're not losing. I'd rather that than be losing. But we definitely got to start putting these chances away. I mean, it's not like we're not creating them, because we are creating chances.
We've got to get out of Liverpool tomorrow. Have to.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like they're there for the take. They're very vulnerable at the moment, and like I said, they only picked up points against Sheffield United. So it's not to no disrespect to Sheffield United or anything, but
yeah,
they're not.
I mean, they've won what was it? I don't even know. Like 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games.
Terrible,
so I think Liverpool are for taking tomorrow night, and we have to go at them.
Yeah, depends what team they play out, because I see earlier, I think Alisson's flown back from Brazil. Also, there's some players returning from injury for Liverpool as well.
Convenient. It always happens against Chelsea. I wouldn't be surprised if Van Dijk starts tomorrow.
They bring back Van Dijk and prime Torres.
But
I don't think Fabinho will come in from the start, just because they won't want him to come in and get injured straight away, because it's a bit like.
it's Jota as well. I think he's going to be back as well tomorrow.
I don't think either of them will start. Fabinho more likely to start than Jota, but I think they'll both be on the bench. But if it's Phillips and Kabak, we've got to get at them.
No, we have to get out from the start. I mean, who what would your lineup be tomorrow?
My lineup tomorrow would be Mendy. I don't want to keep playing 5 at the back, but I know it's going to be that 5-2 and the 3. So I'll go. Honestly, Reece James, Azpilicueta. I'm guessing Thiago Silva's not quite ready yet. So Christensen, Rudiger, Chilwell, Kante, Kovacic, Mount, Tammy, and I want to see Werner as well.
I would go with Mendy, Cal, Asby, Christensen, Rudiger, Alonso, Kante.
Alonso?
Kovacic.
You got mental.
No, as a left wing back, you could not go wrong with Alonso.
Yes, you can.
I think I do agree with you. Chilwell's the better player, but as a left wing back, I think Alonso suits it better. And it's killing me inside to say I like Alonso to start. you know it. You know me better than anyone. I would not want to start Alonso, but yeah, no, the left wing back, I'm starting Alonso, and then my front three would be Mount, Werner. I'd probably have to be. I wouldn't mind seeing Havertz start.
Yeah, I mean he's been like off the face of the earth recently, hasn't he? So I'd like to see him get some
Seeing
minutes.
him start. I mean, if not, then maybe put James in at the wing back and then push Cal further forward.
Yeah, honestly, Cal play out on that left, driving in.
That's where he's best.
Like anyone who knows my opinion on Trent knows that I really don't rate him whatsoever. I'd love to see him get at Trent.
Oh, he would tear him apart if he's on his game. He would tear him apart massively. Like, it's scary. It's scary how good he is when he's on form.
Some other big games at the bottom as well. / top 4 race on Thursday, which we won't cover in the predictions, but Fulham, Spurs, and West Brom, Everton should be an Everton and Tottenham win, you'd imagine. But
Fulham Spurs is that's a good game.
It is a good game.
That's a very good game. Oh, I don't want to give a prediction yet. Oh, no, we can. We're not doing some predictions, aren't we? Yes,
No.
This week. Fulham. Did you watch Fulham at the weekend? I don't know if you did. It was on the same time as Leicester Arsenal. I
didn't. I watched Leicester Arsenal.
Yeah, and I watched Leicester Arsenal until Arsenal went 3-1 up, and I got a bit angry and I turned it off.
Yeah, Fulham Palace was 0-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, so because I had them both on at the same time, but I was paying more attention to the Arsenal game because it was the better game. And in the last sort of 20 minutes, Fulham really got out Palace and then probably should have scored. And it's like a try. It's sort of similar to us, but they haven't got the quality. No, to Fulham, but they do create the chances, and they're not. I think they're 3 points off now. Safety.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so, Newcastle. I'm not sure who they're playing, but we'll cover them.
Yeah, and they've got Almiron and St. Maximin out to April.
Yeah, I see that. Huge loss for them.
So
chuck Big Andy Carroll up front, mate.
They got no choice.
But I bring back Denver Bar and Papa Cisse. Go up front with him.
But no, I think they can win.
I think them games can go either way. I don't think either of them will be high scoring, but I can see them going either way for sure.
You know what Spurs fans like at the moment? They beat Burnley 4-0 and now they think they want a revival.
Yeah, which means they'll go and lose 1-0 to them. Yeah. It is tricky, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to predict the score for them as we are about to get into our weekend predictions. I took the last round 4-2, which means I'm up, we believe, 9-6 on aggregate now.
9-6, yeah. So
you got a bit of work to do this week, mate.
I need a strong week. That's what I need.
All you need is like 2 correct answers and you're right back there.
We'll start with Burnley Arsenal.
1-0.
2-0 Arsenal. Sheffield United Southampton.
1-0 Sheffield United.
I'm going to go with 1-0. Aston Villa Wolves.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Villa as well. Brighton Leicester.
I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. I think
I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton. West Brom Newcastle.
0-0.
I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom. Liverpool Fulham.
2-0 Liverpool.
I'm going to go 0-0. Man City United.
3-1 City.
I'm going to go 3-0 City. Tottenham Palace.
2-1 Tottenham.
I'm going to go with 1-0. Chelsea Everton.
1-0 Chelsea.
I'm going to go with 2-1 Chelsea. West Ham Leeds.
0-0.
2-0 West Ham. Another thing I wanted to mention actually was obviously UEFA have confirmed that they're still hoping to host the Euros across 12 different countries. But Big Boris come out. He wants us Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales to do a joint bid for 2030.
That would be an incredible World Cup.
What?
Wait, hang on a minute. Are you talking about the Euros this summer, or are you talking about the World Cup in 2030?
Oh, so the Euros, right? So obviously with the
Euros,
the
yeah.
Euros, was that obviously there was a rumor going about it. England could host it all. I was too fussed about it because I don't think we'd have full capacity anyway. So it would be nice, but I'm not too fussed about it. But the 2030 World Cup bids, we're planning all the home nations, so obviously to Great Britain and Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the one that isn't part of
Northern Ireland's part of Great Britain. It's Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, so them as well, I believe, in the conversation.
Yeah.
Joint bids for 2030. So I would be, how old would I be? 30, 31? I'd be old.
Actually, that is a good point. Does that mean, technically, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and Northern Ireland all qualify automatically?
I believe so.
Because it's always the host nations qualify, but 5 teams.
I believe it's the same with America and Canada.
Mexico.
I
think it's all 3, actually. I'm not sure.
But then they're expanding the World Cup, aren't they? Anyway.
Yeah, more money, innit?
So, and it's a good chance for Scotland to finally qualify, or Wales qualify, but Scotland, they don't really qualify.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we'll let Wales go to a World Cup, lose all 3 games, then they can realise they're not any good. And shout out, Chris.
That'll be. I suppose that's kind of 9 years. It's 9 years away, but it's
I'll be 30.
Forward to. As I said, I'll be 30. I'll be to win the Euros. That's
this week's question for those listening. Comment down below. How far will England get in the Euros this year? I think personally, I think we're going to go out in the semis again. Anyway, right, let's wrap it up there then, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz.
I think it's up on Apple Podcasts, actually. It should be on Apple Podcasts. Get up on Spotify.
Yeah.
But check. Yeah, so just so the comment down below as well. Any questions you want to cover next week? The Champions League's back next week as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So we'll have
plenty for us to talk about.
Yeah, so we'll be. I suppose we'll cover that next week. We didn't cover the Midweek game this week because there's Chelsea playing Thursday and
not a lot to mind.
We normally record on Thursdays.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, we'll be watching Chelsea game. But yeah, like I said, just follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for watching. I can tell who's on the way out. 25 show, check the